everybody, Joanna here. So, just wanted to give an update on my adventures in real estate. So, I'm going to keep this short today, but long story short, I've decided and I'm going to wait another year or two before I attempt to buy a home again. Basically, as I've learned, I've learned a lot from the experience I went through, so at least it wasn't a total loss. But there's lenders out there that will kind of BS you. Like the first one I talked to kind of BS'd me, making it sound as if I can get into a $300,000 home for around $10,000 to $12,000 between the down payment and closing costs, and that's just not the case. You know, they briefly mentioned, no, of course there's escrow and fees and this fee and that fee and da-da-da-da, but that was enough to get me excited, because I'm like, wait, all this other stuff's not that much, right? And like, oh, no, it's not that bad at all. So it got me excited. So I went to lots of open houses, asked a ton of questions. I have an awesome real estate agent, an awesome lender. As the first lender, long story short, I moved away from them because after getting me excited, they were dragging their feet as far as getting me my pre-approval letter. So they kept asking for more and more crap. You know, they weren't very responsive whenever I sent them an email, or if they did respond to me, it would take them forever. You know, some of the emails just went unanswered altogether, which was kind of frustrating because I'm seeing all these places come and go that look like they would have been awesome. But then I applied with a mortgage lender who actually took everything into consideration. So no, I can't get into a place for $10,000 to $12,000 down between closing costs and down payment up front. And no, the down payments the monthly payment is not going to be $1,800 a month. Now they're looking at $23,000 to $24,000 altogether, plus monthly payments is like $2,300 a month. It's like, I can't afford that. And I've looked into all sorts of different options. I looked into condos, and then you've got the HOAs, and you gotta be kind of careful about that, because a lot of them are broke, which means that the risk of getting hit with the special assessments is much higher than if they actually had their crap together and had tons of money in reserves. So you never know when you're going to get hit with special assessments. You never know, how strict they're going to be. There's all sorts of little things to worry about with that. But then you look into single-family homes, aka houses, and it's extremely difficult to get one within that range. Now, I noticed as the housing market started to soften, as more buyers started leaving the market because of the high interest rates going up, getting higher, some of the houses around here started to come down in prices. I'm seeing price reductions all around, so all these $400,000, $450,000 houses are finally coming down into the $300,000 range. But the bad thing about that is all those are in bad neighborhoods around Tacoma. So yeah, there might not be any HOAs, but do I really want to live in the hood? No, not exactly. I'm going to start looking at manufactured homes. Now, I'm not talking about trailers. I'm talking about homes that were built in a factory and then taken to the site in two pieces, put together, and it's essentially a house, not a trailer. They're not on steel frames. They don't have axles under them. You get the picture. But if you find one on own land, then you found a unicorn. But even those are like $350,000 to $400,000, or sorry, I can't talk today. $350,000 to $400,000. So that's not going to work. Then you can find find some that are in the closer to the $200,000 range and cheaper, but those were in parks. So then you're looking at paying $1,000 a month for lot rent, and no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay somebody $1,000 a month, have $1,000 of my money going into the pocket of some park manager every month just for this small strip of land that my home is on that I can't move it off of. I would much rather have that money going into my own property. But then also, so okay, cool, you bought the home, you have control of the home, but you don't have control of the land. So, what if the owner were to sell the park one day and some developers decide to come in and bulldoze everything and put in a strip mall? You have no control over that. And most people don't have the money to move their home out of there, and even if they did have the money to move the home out of there, depending on the age of it, it's probably not going to be safe or worth it to do that. And it's like, so no, that's not a viable option either. So at the end of the day, I decided I'm just going to, like I said, I don't know, stay where I'm at, rent for another year or two, possibly two, and just keep stacking up cash. And so maybe the next time I make an attempt at this, if I can go into the deal with, say, like $50,000, $60,000, then I would be in a much better position, because then obviously I can get in with a much smaller loan, which means the monthly payments are going to be way lower, which means I'm going to be able to afford to pay the mortgage by myself more comfortably, because that's another prerequisite I have for this. I want it to be something I can afford on my own, even if everybody else were to just leave completely, so that way I don't put myself at risk of losing it and everything I've got put into it. So I mean, what other option do I have? Move back to the Midwest? I mean, I'm happy here in Washington, so I don't really want to move back to the Midwest, even if it is much easier to own a home out there. So anyway, yeah, that's my update. Kind of short and sweet. I'm going to cut it off here before I start rambling. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day and enjoy your 4th of July weekend if you're watching it during the holiday. See ya.